My friend is a smoker and decided to read about the health risks of smoking. He went online and read about how smoking can lead to cancer and other health risks. A few days later, I meet up with him and find him overjoyed and full of energy, so I ask him what he did to become so healthy. He tells me while lighting a cigar. I quit reading. A priest and a rabbi are going for a walk. After some time of walking and because it's such a hot summer day, they decide to go skinny dipping in a lake nearby. After a long and refreshing swim, they return to the shore and find their clothes missing. They both decide to risk it and return home as fast as possible. As luck will have it, while on their way back they run into a group of people. The priest covers his genitals, while the rabbi covers his face. After the people have left, the priest asks the rabbi, "What was that supposed to be?" The rabbi smiling, "Well, my friend, my community recognizes me by my face." A wealthy Arab sheikh was admitted to a hospital for heart surgery, but prior to the surgery, the doctors needed to store his type of blood in case the need arose. As the gentleman had a rare type of blood, it couldn't be found locally, so the call went out. Finally, a Scotsman was located who had a similar blood type. The Scot willingly donated his blood to the Arab. After successful surgery, the Arab sent the Scotsman in appreciation for giving his blood a new BMW, a 5-carat diamond, and $50,000. A few months later, once again, the Arab had to go through a corrective surgery. So the hospital telephoned the Scotsman, who was more than happy to donate more of his blood again. After the second surgery, the Arab sent the Scotsman a thank you card and a box of chocolates. Needless to say, the Scotsman was shocked that the Arab did not reciprocate his kind gesture as he had before. He phoned the Arab and asked him, "I thought you would be generous again, that you would give me another BMW, diamonds, and money, but you only gave me a thank you card and a box of chocolates." To this, the Arab replied, "Aye laddie, but I now have Scottish blood in my veins." A man gets pulled over by a cop. The cop goes up to the man's window and informs him that he appeared to be swerving a bit. "Son, I just need you to do a quick breathalyzer test." "I can't do that, officer, I have severe asthma. If I blow into that tube, I could risk an attack." "Alright, then just come down to the station and we'll do a blood test." "I can't do that either, I'm a hemophiliac. Any puncture will end up bleeding for hours, then I'll pass out." "Okay, then step out of the car and we'll do a standard field sobriety test dash." "Sorry, but I have a slight vitamin B12 deficiency, so I naturally shake while doing basic tasks, so the tests would be inconclusive." "Well then just walk along in a straight line." "I can't do that either." "Why?" "Because I'm drunk." A professor, a CEO, and a janitor are in a forest when they discover a lamp. After rubbing on it, a genie pops out. The genie says, "I will give you what you most desire if you do someone else's job for a day." The professor says, "I'll be an elementary school teacher. What can be so hard about teaching a bunch of 6-year-olds how to read?" So he is teleported into a classroom. After a few minutes, all the kids screaming gets to his nerves, so he throws all his supplies and gives up. The C.O says, "I'll be a waiter. All you do is carry food back and forth. This'll be a breeze." So he is teleported to a restaurant. After about an hour, all the annoying customers drive him insane, so he smashes his plates on the ground and gives up. The janitor says, "I'll be an artist." So he is transported to an art facility. He glues all the classroom supplies and shattered plates to a canvas, then sells it for $1 billion. The genie asks the janitor how he is so clever. The janitor says, "I got a master's degree in art." A man finds a genie lamp, rubs it, and poof, a genie appears. "Genie, I have the power to grant you 3 wishes, but keep in mind, whatever you wish, your mother-in-law will receive twofold." Man, okay. "My first wish is for $1 billion. "Genie, your wish is granted, but keep in mind that your mother-in-law will receive $2 billion. Man, that's fine. My second wish is for a 20,000 square feet mansion in the Hamptons. Genie, your wish is granted, but keep in mind that your mother-in-law will receive a 40,000 square feet mansion in the Hamptons. Man, that's fine. Genie, okay. What is your third wish? Man, I want you to beat me half to death. Two neighbors, one is rich and the other is poor. The poor have a magic lamp. Every morning, he wipes the lamp and a genie comes out and says, "Ask what you want." And the poor ask for a cup of tea. The rich neighbor, envious of the magic lamp, said to the poor, "I'll give you my car and my house in exchange for the lamp." The poor accepted the deal. The rich man wipes the lamp and a genie comes out and says, "Ask what you want." He asked for a very big house and a better car. The genie replied, "Sorry, sir, I only serve tea and coffee." A woman finds Aladdin's magic lamp. She starts rubbing it, and a genie comes out as usual. The woman looks at the genie and asks him to grant her the following wishes. I want my husband to have eyes only for me. I want to be the only one in his life. I want that when he gets up in the morning I'm the first thing he grabs and takes me everywhere he goes. The genie then turned the lady into an iPhone 14. 3 men were stranded on a desert island, and they found a magic lamp. When they rubbed the lamp, a genie appeared and offered them each one wish. The first man said, "I wish I were rich and famous." The genie granted his wish, and he was suddenly transported to Hollywood, where he became a famous movie star. The second man said, "I wish I were back home with my family." The genie granted his wish, and he was suddenly transported back to his hometown, where he was reunited with his family. The third man looked around and said, "I'm kind of lonely here. I wish my friends were here with me." The genie granted his wish, and suddenly the first 2 men were back on the island with him. An Irishman and an Englishman find a lamp. Upon rubbing it, a genie pops out and says, "For freeing me, I will grant you each one wish." The Englishman says, "I love my country, but it's being ruined by foreigners. I wish a wall to be built around it so that no one else can get in." The genie says, "Done. And you, Irishman?" The Irishman looks thoughtful for a moment and says, "Tell me more about this wall." The genie responds, "It is 20 miles tall, 100 feet thick, and made of granite. Nothing can get in or out." The Irishman says, "Fill it with water."